Tyler, have you ever done the boot scootin' boogie?
I can't say that I have. I've certainly sang the song "Boot Scootin' Boogie," but I don't think I've done it.
Are you much of a boogie man?
No,
No? Well,
no,
I've been known to boogie, but only of the boot
yeah.
scootin' variety.
Have you gone out like now that you're in Nashville? Have you gone out and gone like what is it, like the two step or whatever, like the
Square
actual
dance
square dancing or
or
something?
line dancing? Yeah,
Yeah,
so there is a bar near us where that is like the whole thing is line
yeah,
dancing. And I mean we're like 40 minutes away from Nashville, but the bar here that does it, I mean, they'll do more like introductory
yeah,
level early in the night, like
yeah.
like I think it's 6 to 8 p.m. is more like beginner friendly. They've got someone who's kind of instructing and leading. And then at like 9, 10 o'clock, it's like, hey,
The
the
experts are here.
literally you see
Yeah,
people show up. It's like all different age ranges because there's also a college campus super
right.
close. So you get like these, but then
Yeah,
you also have people that are like 50, 60. They've been doing this for 30 plus years.
yeah. That's awesome.
And it's fun to watch for
Yeah,
sure. I remember they did line dancing was actually a part of PE whenever I was growing up.
yeah. I remember we did something along those lines. Yeah, or maybe I was square dancing or something. But yeah, I remember that. It's a weird thing to include into PE.
So here for my kids in elementary, starting in third grade, they do a unit on archery.
Oh, that's cool.
But also this particular school, they've won state level in archery for like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah,
And like historically, that's what this school is known for.
right. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really fun. I like archery.
So now the randomness is out of the way.
Yeah,
How you been, man?
good, good. Just living life. How about you?
Yeah, just getting ready for Mother's Day weekend. You got any big plans for spoiling stuff?
Um, not. I mean, not massive. Like Quinn is in rugby right now, and those are on Sunday mornings. Yeah, it's like flag football essentially. Like there she's only 5, so it's really just kind of like running around and with the flag football style. They do like 4 or 5 weeks of practice, and then they do like 4 or 5 weeks of like jamborees, where like they're kind of playing a game, if you will.
Mhm.
So those are Sunday mornings, and Steph is coaching, so she kind of has to be there. So we got that, and then we got lunch at a local brewery, and then we're just gonna hang out in the evening. So yeah, that's about it. How about you guys?
Man, that's really cool. Did Steph like
Yeah.
play rugby whenever she was younger?
Yeah, she was like on the U18 national team. Like went over to England and like played in like worlds basically. Probably could have like gone on the Olympic team at in kind of 2010. Like she was really good. Um, but
Dang.
just life circumstances didn't end up going that far. But kind of when she was in that 17-ish, 18-ish range, like that was kind of the trajectory for her. Yeah,
Wow, man, that's
yeah,
wild. I had no idea.
yeah. Then so like after we met, like she played on the women's team here, and like they were pretty good. Like they were kind of in the premier, right below premier division, and like won a couple of like provincial titles and things like that. But I mean, it's a violent sport. Like there wasn't one year we went without like some type of like cracked rib, separated shoulder, things like that. So she played a little like 1 season or 2 seasons after we had Quinn, but like after that it was too hard like to juggle practices, and then
Mhm.
like you're pretty much gone all day on Saturday for like the game, and then you have to like host the team afterwards, and so it's like a couple hours there, so it just got to become like a little bit too much, and so she hasn't played since then. But yeah, she was a really good player. It was a lot of
Dang.
fun to watch, like, especially like pre-kids. Like the rugby culture, like it's insane, like it's nuts. And so it's like you just go to the games, and everyone's just drinking beer, watching on a like nice Saturday morning, and it's a lot of fun, like without the kids.
See,
Yeah,
and that is something that I've watched and pieced together the sport on my own
yeah,
the last couple of years. Because I
yeah,
remember during COVID, I'm just looking for anything to kind of
yeah,
keep myself entertained. Like
Yeah,
hey, Tiger King, what a rush, and now it's over.
man,
That's
what a time in culture, Tiger King.
right. Like you had Tiger King, you had Squid Game, and
Yep.
then it was right before NHL came back to do
Yeah.
the COVID playoffs. I remember like I'm up late. Jesse's still a newborn.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I was catching replays of was like old rugby matches on like
Right.
ESPN2 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I don't understand this 100%, but
Yeah.
I at least get like 40% of it.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
pieced together enough to be able to watch it and know, okay, here's what's going on, but I
Yeah.
don't know the ins and outs of the why. Like,
Yeah.
with football, I can explain like, hey, cover two on defense. Here's the situations you want to look for. Here's how
Yeah.
you can tell like, hey, they're going into man coverage or they're going into press coverage or okay, here's the mic because blah 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 blah. So I can spot all of that. And with rugby, I feel like the same stuff is there, but you have to still know
Yeah.
what to look for.
Yeah. I mean, you probably even asked Steph, and like she probably couldn't explain, some of the rules to you or two. Like it is. There's a lot going on. Like, but I mean, yeah, it's a ton of fun to watch. Like 15s and sevens. So I mean, 15s is like 15 per side, and like that's your traditional rugby. And then sevens, there's only seven per side. It's a 12-minute game, I think, or something, a 15-minute game, and it's still a full size rugby field. So like that is like, in my opinion, probably some of the fittest athletes in the world like play sevens. It's nuts. Like they'd hold like the seven world championship like route here in Vancouver, and we go watch some of those in Vancouver, and like to see some of those top world athletes it's impressive.
Man, because whenever you said 7-on-7, my first comparison by default is I'm thinking of like arena football where
Yeah.
it's a 50-yard field instead of
Yeah.
100, and it's half the width,
Yeah.
and
But
then you also have less players because if
yeah,
you try to
still
get
full
11
rugby
players,
field. Yeah.
but wow, full field, holy
Yeah.
crap!
Yeah, it's basically just like sprinting for 15 minutes, but you still got to be able to like hit, pass, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, we've got such a crazy busy May. I made sure to protect Sunday as much as possible for Nikki. So I mean Sunday. So I serve on the security team for my church. So I'm doing that on Sunday. And like they've got a thing that they're doing for like the moms and
Yeah.
everything, like a video package that the kids recorded. Like
Yeah.
it's going to
Nice.
be super super cool to see like everyone's reaction. So we've got that, and then basically after church on Sunday, just hey, I know Nikki's going to want a steak, so I picked out a nice juicy fillet for her. I'm planning on doing Hasselback potatoes. That's like, have you ever had Hasselback potatoes?
I don't recognize the name, but maybe once you describe it,
It
maybe.
is the easiest fucking potato you can make that
Yeah.
looks super complex.
Okay.
You just need a super sharp knife, and that's it. What you do is you take the potato and you're going to just run super thin slices.
Yep.
And that's all that you're doing. And then you put a shit ton of butter on the top of it, salt, pepper, let it go in the oven, and then like right before it's done, if you want to put like some Parmesan cheese on
Yep.
there or like
Nice.
something. So I'll do salt, pepper, and garlic powder on mine with the butter, and it looks super fancy at the very
Sounds
end. You
good.
put a little bit of parsley on there to give it some
Yeah.
green effect.
Yeah. That does sound
Like
good.
I do that, and everyone's blown away. Like this looks so cool. Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
is awesome. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's super
Ah!
easy. Super easy.
Be impressed with my lazy culinary skills.
Yeah. That's those. That.
Man, well, speaking of best, we're doing another round of blind rank. This one's going to be a little bit different.
Yep.
We are going to do compound movements.
Yeah.
So, what I've done is I've given the prompt to ChatGPT as usual to spit these out one at a time. So, we're going to get 10 of them.
I'm making a list so I don't forget where I rank stuff.
You're making a list, checking it twice. I have the old pen and paper like a grandpappy, so I've got mine ready to go whenever you are.
I'm ready.
All right. So the first one out the gate, GPT is coming at us pretty hard. Barbell back squat.
I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought you would rank that a little higher.
yeah. I was playing with the 2-3 hole, but I feel like
Gotta be careful
it
playing with the
is a
three hole.
great movement. Yeah. As soon as that came out of my mouth, I was like, yeah.
Uh,
Um,
that's what she
but
said.
I think one, due to the complexity of it, it
Yeah,
takes a lot of teaching, right? And like a lot of in-person teaching. Like it can be a difficult movement to learn, right? Especially if we're looking at like Gen Pop. And then on top of that, I don't think a lot of people really need to squat. I think there's a ton
I
of
agree.
great alternatives, leg press, hack squat, even like a safety bar back squat. I almost feel would be better for the majority of people just due to its friendlier nature biomechanically. I still think like I want to rate it above 5 because it is just a fantastic movement. I think the goal for a lot of people should be working towards that movement in some capacity, but I don't think it's the king of leg movements really. Like I think if you want quad development, there's still better things that you can do that are maybe a bit safer. Don't increase the risk of injury, but it's still an amazing movement that again, like I said, like everyone should be working towards.
I love how you broke that down. And again, I was honestly anticipating that you were going to rank that higher. I've got it in the 5 slot. And the reason for it is I agree. I think there are better lower body movements for quad development that are still recruiting hamstrings, still recruiting glutes. I like a hack squat machine
Yeah,
better depending on the hack squat machine. I like a leg press
yeah,
better. Yeah, I think there are better movements. And
yeah,
I'm keeping in mind that this is Chat GPT, and sometimes it slaps, and
yeah.
sometimes it
Sometimes,
sucks. So I'm
yeah,
like, all right, this is whole body. I'm gonna put it in that 5 slot. Also, like you said, once you've got the movement down, it's great. But getting that movement down for a lot of people, whenever we're specifically talking about a standard barbell back squat, that can be very difficult. We're not talking about a box squat. We're talking about unrack it, take 3 steps back, squat down, no butt wink. You're not
yeah,
rounding your upper back. You're standing up. You've braced your core properly the entire time. I'm going 5 because of those reasons.
yeah.
All right. So next, chest supported row. That's an interesting curveball.
Yeah. Chest supported row.
I love
Yeah,
a good chest supported row machine for my back, and if I'm breaking it down as what would I, if I could only do one back movement for the rest of my life, is there one that ranks above this for me? And I'm thinking about, okay, wide grip lat pull down, I think I take the chest supported row
yeah,
over this.
yeah,
Cable row, I would absolutely take chest supported over that. Chin ups and pull ups are about the only thing, but then we get to the individual of
yeah,
can they do it? So
yeah. And again,
man,
yeah.
I love this one.
I'm debating between 3 and 5. I kind of want to keep my top 3 open a little bit this early on. So I think I'm gonna slot that in at the 5. But yeah, for all those reasons, like I mean, and two, you just think about it from like a functionality standpoint too, and just postural muscles, compared to like a lat pull down, even like a chin up, too. Like I think just from a functionality standpoint and growing your back too, like I think yeah, if I had to pick kind of that one back movement, that would be it. So just for the sake of leaving the top 3 open for maybe a couple more, like I'm gonna throw that in at the 5. But I like that movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it 4. Same thing. This is just more so
Yeah,
like the strategy of the game. Of man, I gotta be thinking about like bench press. I gotta be thinking about deadlift. I gotta be thinking about does leg press show up here. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go 4. I like this. So we both have our 4 and our 5, but they're
yeah,
flipped. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So next up. All right. Push press.
Ooh. I like that one too. This is gonna be hard, especially when you've got 10.
Now I'm thinking this through. I'm gonna assume that it's talking about barbell.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and like
so
a push press overhead.
there's a lot of variance to just getting down a standard overhead, like there's a lot of nuance to just getting a standard
Yeah,
overhead press correct without putting a bunch of pressure on the lumbar, doing it properly with like wrist placement with your
yeah,
elbows, moving your head around the bar, not bar around
yeah,
your head. I enjoy doing a push press. It's fun.
yeah.
There's
Well,
just
and what I
something
like,
to it.
yeah, and like what I like about it is that like in a sense I don't almost care about the concentric muscle, like in this sense, right? Like where like it's such a small muscle group, I want to overload it eccentrically a lot better, and I can do more weight with a push press, right? Because you're getting that little extra momentum to actually push through the concentric portion, like the hardest part of the lift. And so it's like, yeah, I would prefer even a push press over just a standard standing overhead press, just basically due to that reason alone. And maybe you're working a little power as well, right? If you can have like a little proper hip hinge, hip thrust as you're doing the push press, like you're getting a little bit of that power work too. So I'm tempted to kind of go 3 there. Like I feel like 6 is almost too low. I might, yeah, I because we think about shoulder exercises. If again I had to pick one shoulder exercise for the rest of my life, it would be like a push press. And like there isn't a ton out there for shoulders, right? Like you can only do so much. And
Yeah.
so I think like just from overall shoulder development, functionality, how friendly it is to like teach, and you can do more and overload that eccentric portion compared to just like a standard like standing. I'm gonna go 3. I think.
Okay.
I would like, and again, it's like, oh, I would go 5 now, but yeah, it's the nature of the game here.
Yeah, I really enjoy this one. I think for me, the reason why I'm going to put it at 6 is because if I'm thinking about this overall, I guess we should have established what lens are we looking at this from a coach programming perspective or
Yeah,
from an athlete. What do I enjoy most? So I'm going to
yeah,
say like kind of a hybrid of the two.
yep,
The athlete perspective, I would rank it. I would
yeah,
The coach perspective, I'm going to go 6, just because, like I said, if we're thinking about progressing someone through a movement pattern, I would want to make sure you've mastered the overhead press
right,
first, like standard overhead press,
yeah,
because now we're also getting the push, we're getting the explosive movement out of there. I don't want someone doing this who doesn't know how to do the
yeah,
foundation of the movement. You
yeah.
know,
No, that makes
I'm
sense.
gonna put this one at 6 as like an enjoy like meet in the
Yeah,
middle.
so a
But
5.
I can see I
Yeah,
can see the I can see the appeal for 3. All right, next up is the Romanian deadlift. I this is one of my favorites.
yeah,
I'm gonna lock it in at number 3.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go 1. I would
Okay.
almost, I think I would, from just a general perspective, like considering, the hybrid decision making, like I think it's easy, the hip hinge is easier to teach than just like picking up a deadlift off the floor. Like in my
Mhm.
opinion, like there's like one of my favorite ways to teach a hip hinge is like you put someone's calves up against a bench and you're like, your calves can't leave the bench. And like that automatically gives that proprioceptive feedback of like, I can't flex my knees. Right. And like that's usually the biggest disconnect for a lot of people is like, I just want to flex my knees. So I think like it can be fairly easy to teach. And in my opinion, if you never want to have low back pain again, and I don't like speaking in absolutes like that, but just for the sake of the argument, get strong at a Romanian deadlift, right? Like you're that it's hitting that kinetic like posterior chain so well, and there's constant tension there, and you have to like you're gonna get such a strong core because you have to be able to brace properly to maintain that weight. You have to have a strong upper back to not let your upper back start to round at the bottom of the movement. It's going to build heavy or strong hamstrings because of that constant tension. You're still going to get that glute work from the hip hinge. And so, like, I think for all of those reasons, and you consider like the whole set of like Gen Pop athletes, whatever, I almost don't really see anything being like an RDL.
Damn, you make a really solid case. Shit. Because it's my personal bias. You know what I'm saving number one for.
Yes, I do know.
I love the RDL. The athlete in me wants to put it number two. The coach in me to wants to put it number one. I'm going three though because we're playing the game.
Yeah,
I'm going three
I
just because we're
understand.
playing the game. And from the like in-person personal trainer side of things, yeah, RDL, such a home run of a movement. It's a lot easier to coach someone how to do this movement in person. It's a little more challenging online, but with the right video setup,
Yeah,
still very very doable with the right cues. Yeah, I damn it. This is where it's starting to get challenging. I'm not going to
yeah.
lie. So we are now on number five, weighted pull up. This is pretty
I
easy
mean,
for me. I know where I'm going to rank this. If I'm thinking about all total compound movements, from an ease of setup, from a perspective of enjoyment, like I would rather do more reps of body weight
yeah,
personally than
yeah,
have to fuss with the weight belt. Plus, getting it set up, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Like just get yourself into position. It's a cool like, and for those not watching on YouTube, it's a alpha move in the gym. It's cool to hear the chains and all that shit. But I'm going 10 for this one.
yeah. I was gonna go 9 just to kind of like leave that last one for the game of it all, but honestly, I think it's one of those ones. If you can even do properly, it only just looks cool, and that's really about it. Like I don't really see any benefit to doing weighted pull-ups. Like just get stronger in a pull down, really, right? Or do like more reps with like a chin up or just a body weight pull up. Like I would much rather have that instead.
100%. All right, so that was super easy. Next, leg press.
There we go. I mean,
This
I'm gonna. I mean, this is gonna round out my top five, I guess. So I could be screwing myself over here down the road, but I'm gonna go in the two there. Again, I mean, just anybody can do it. You can change up the foot stance to kind of target things a little bit differently: high, low, wide, narrow.
from the leg.
Again, anyone can do it, right? Like obviously dependent on like how heavy like the sled portion is, then maybe not anyone can do it. And maybe it's a closed kinetic chain exercise, right? Like so there's not maybe a lot of functionality quotation marks in it, but I still think like just get stronger. It's pretty user friendly. Like you can still hurt yourself for sure if you're not careful, but like it overall I think it's just a fantastic movement.
I agree. The only time I've seen someone hurt themselves on the leg press was locking out their knees and they
Yeah.
hyperextended.
Yeah.
So for me though, anyone who is as long as you're not locking out your knees,
Yeah, a little
I
background.
yeah, like keep your back to the pad. You're going to be fine. Keep your hands on the safety rails.
Yeah.
This is a phenomenal movement. I like this better than a squat. For me, this is a no brainer to put this at number two.
Okay, nice.
All right,
And it's cool to
so
just like load up like 600 pounds and just go to town.
yeah, yeah. Oh, 100%. Uh, next up, incline dumbbell bench press.
See, I'm gonna go 6. I think I'm my personal bias is like anything dumbbell chest press is fantastic for a lot. I mean, it's just gonna be more joint friendly for a lot of people. I think the the word I'm looking for the bilateral, right? Like you're not using both at the same time, so you're gonna start to work out the strength in differences between both limbs, things like that. So whether it's flat, incline, whatever, like I'm a big fan of like a dumbbell incline chest press.
I am too, and this is the part of the game where it's like this is so close to my number one. Do I
Yeah,
just slot it there? But then
but then
my
if it comes up,
right, I can't do my gal dirty like that.
no,
So I'm gonna put this number seven, and if
okay,
I could, I think I would switch this with the barbell squat. Like that's how much I
yeah,
genuinely love an incline dumbbell bench press.
Yeah,
Very similar reasons. I love anything dumbbell for the chest, whether that's bench press, flies, and the incline. Man, like, dude, give me just that super low incline, wrist just like slightly turned out.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
this is a deep stretch in the chest. Squeeze, bring everything together. Yeah, I'm putting it 7, but man, I wish I could swap it with that squat, but that's the fun of the game. Next, walking lunge.
Well,
So for a recap, I've got 8, 9, and 1 left.
I've got. Well, this is gonna go 7 for me. And that's mainly just because that's the highest one I have left. I would maybe move that up a little bit. I mean, I just think again, anything unilateral, walking with weights. It's again just the functionality of it. It's hard. It's hard as shit. It
Oh
never
yeah.
gets easier, right? Like it's almost a cardio workout every time. But yeah, the fantastic movement. It would be higher if I had space for it. But yeah, right in 7 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this at my 8 because that's the highest low rank that I have left.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest, GPT's done a good job
yeah,
with this list and randomizing it.
yeah,
I like it maybe one spot higher if I could.
yeah,
So like ideally I would have incline dumbbell bench sitting at 5 and I would honestly bump barbell squat down to 8 in favor of
yeah,
this. The only downside to this is some people this can really aggravate their knees. Like even myself, like I don't have a meniscus in my left knee. I tore the ACL in that knee and never had surgery done. There are days where I know I can't do a walking lunge, so I do a
yeah.
stationary reverse lunge instead.
Yep.
But for anyone who doesn't have any type of knee issues, I love this one. Plus, you get the benefit of like doing a farmer's carry essentially if you're
Yeah.
doing these with heavy dumbbells. So you're getting some forearm and some grip strength training going on too. Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
All right, next up, it gave me T-bar row, and I wonder is that do we want to count that as like the same as a chest supported?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. In my opinion. I mean, they might be thinking with like a landmine, but or a seat, or like just a seated row. But I would put that in the same category as chest supported.
I'm giving it the prompt to switch that one out for something else. Clean and press.
I mean, that would be a 10.
Yeah, like
I
that's
would never have anyone do that.
like okay, if I got someone who's like an Olympic lifter, sure, but
Yeah, unless you specifically have to do that for competition, then yeah, that's an out for me, dog. That's a no for me, dog.
yeah, I'm gonna slot that at number 9. Man, I've got my 1 left. You've
I
got
got
8. All right, so dumbbell flat bench press. It's not the one that I wanted, but I'll
no,
take it at number 1.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, yeah, I mean, we kind of already waxed poetic with the decline or the incline. So that's 8 for me, but that's only just because it's the last one left. That would definitely be a bit higher.
Yeah, I was hoping for barbell
The
bench
barbell.
press, but that's
It's the way she goes. I'm surprised it didn't spit that out.
I am too, but I'm also there's a part of me that's glad that it didn't because this was
Yeah,
really fun. I liked how
yeah,
unpredictable this was. Like deadlift wasn't in here,
yeah,
hip thrust wasn't in here.
yeah. Like
There's
a walking
I'm
lunge, I wasn't expecting.
no, I mean I wasn't expecting a weighted pull up either.
No,
They could have thrown in a lat pull down.
yeah, yeah, it was a good
This was
list.
cool. I like this one at all. I like this one a lot. So I'm gonna have it. Let's do this. I'm gonna have it now do all right, I'm gonna have it just for funsies now. We're gonna shift
Okay,
our gears to wrap us up. Let's do Vesna winners from the last let's do blind
okay,
rank 5 Vesna winners from the last 10 years.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's hockey. Okay. I assume you're pulling for Montreal.
I don't know. I kind of like the Buffalo story.
I do too.
It is a hard one. I'm not mad with either one. Because Montreal is kind of one of like the only other Canadian teams I would actually like root for. But I love a good story. like if my Canucks aren't in it. And so, 14 years without a playoffs, like they got great players, a great team. They're fun to watch. So I do like their story. So it's a toss up for me on that one.
All right. So I love the story of Buffalo, but the kid in me sees the Anaheim Ducks go back to the OG
Yeah.
logo. And I'm like,
And I mean,
I,
they're fun to watch. I don't like Vegas. Like, I would love to see them beat Vegas, and I think it's just good for hockey. They're a faster team. They're a younger team. They play like a more open style. So I'm rooting for the Ducks in that one.
yeah, same. All right. So first one right out the gate, Connor Hellebuck.
Gonna go.
We got 5 of these.
Yeah, I want to go 3 or 4. I'm gonna go 4
Okay.
because he beat my Canadians in the Olympics this year, and he has yet to perform in the playoffs. He always gets blown up in the playoffs. He hasn't been able to replicate regular season with his playoff performances. So great goalie, fantastic, but like just hasn't done it when on the stage that it counts, other than the Olympics this last year. And so that's a knock against him too, because the Canadians lost. So I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. Solid. I'm gonna go 3. Just exact same reason. Like my main knock is he does it in the regular season, but then playoffs come and it reminds me too much of before we had Vasilevsky, we had Ben Bishop, and it was very
Yeah,
much the same thing. It was like, okay, you can get us to the playoffs, but then you kind of shut down. So
yeah,
I'm going 3.
yeah.
All right, next. Ooh, Igor Shesterkin.
I'm gonna go 5. Like he
Yeah,
had like the one good year where like he almost beat. I want to say I can't remember. He almost like set the record for save percentage. But again, like I mean, I also don't really like the Rangers anyways because of '94. So I'm gonna go 5. Like I don't think because he's still a good goalie, but he kind of did it once and then that
I
was it. Like I would
I forgot
say
he was
yeah,
a
Hank
Vezina
was
winner.
better.
I forgot he even won a Vezina.
Yeah, it was that one year he like say I set the record for like save percentage or something. It was
Right.
crazy.
I'm yeah, I'm going 5 as well. Andre Vasilevsky. Oh man.
I mean, I'm trying to think of over the last 10 years, and I think he should be number one just because of the back-to-back cups, playoffs, or Eastern Conference Finals. How many years? Like
There's been a lot of years
he's good.
where he had
Yeah,
zero defense outside of Hedman. Like
yeah,
I'm a homer for my Bolts. I
yeah,
was at the very first game in franchise history, which was actually played at the Hillsborough County Fairgrounds because Tropicana Field, which was their
yeah.
original home, Thunderdome, wasn't ready yet. So
That's just crazy.
yeah, you played it at county fairgrounds, and we're not
That's
talking about like in the '60s or something.
yeah,
We're talking
that's
about like hey, this
yeah.
was the '90s.
That's so NHL extension theme, like playing at a county fair. Like I wouldn't expect that anything less from the NHL.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they put a hockey team in Tampa, Florida to begin with, like that,
I mean, it's worked out
that
now.
was well, that was all the Esposito brothers. That was
Yeah.
100%. I mean, mostly Phil, but yeah, I'm going number 1. Okay, Sergei Bobrovsky.
I think that's an easy number 2. Again, just like the
Yeah.
back-to-back cups. Um, it's kind of crazy though, like all the discourse around him before like that initial run when they squeaked in 4 years ago now, and then made the run and lost to Vegas, I think it was. Like, oh, he can never get it done. Like $10 million goalie, he sucks. And then all of a sudden, like he just took off like the last 5 or so years. So I'm gonna go number 2.
Yeah, that's a solid argument. I'm gonna take a gamble just for the sake of playing the game and giving a different one, but I'm gonna go 4. If we weren't playing the game and
Yeah,
already having like alignment on so many of these, I would absolutely go 2. All right, so next, ooh, Carey Price.
I think that's a good number 3. I mean, again, never won a cup, but he was dominant for 10 years. He just had a shitty team around him all the time for the most part. Like that was always the issue, is they didn't have a good enough team. So I think that's a great number three for myself.
I honestly really, really like him at the two, and here's why. As a goaltender, he reminds me of he's the goaltender equivalent of a Dan Marino. Like
Right.
Dan Marino, amazing quarterback. So many years where he was the entire team for the
Yeah.
Dolphins. And like there were so many years for Bryce where it's like, okay, he was it for the Canadians. Like that
Yeah.
was it. There were a lot of years where Carey Price carried that team. Yeah, I like the price a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Nice.
the list for today. Thank you as always for you got a double list today. This
Yeah.
was this was
Lucky.
unique. All right. Thank you all for listening. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or are ever interested in a metabolic assessment, head over to fitbodinstitute.com, fill out the link, and let's help you reach your goals. Until next time, see ya.